Hello, hi, my name is Samuel Izurza for the SE channel. Thank you for tuning in, subscribe, and share as much as you can. Please take your vitamin C, vitamin D, and your zinc tablets, okay? I'm saying this, please just do it, okay? And also at the same time, take tonic water. It's got quinine, hydroxychloroquine, hint, hint. Do your own research, okay? But most important, vitamin C, vitamin D, and your zinc tablets, or zinc, okay? Wow. This was an exchange and a half. Ted Cruz with Mr. Dorsey of Twitter, and we've been saying this for the past 4 years. Especially we conservative, especially in the media, we've seen it. I've seen my account, go from like thousands and thousands of hits to hundreds of hits, and now they're trying to silence the New York Post. Anything that's like conservative or even just talking the truth. Now we're gonna listen a little bit because I find that Ted Cruz really he actually goes after Dorsey from Twitter, and Twitter has no answers. Like yeah, we made an error. Yeah, the New York Post. Yeah. They're still locked. They're very smart because the problem is that even if they open up that, even if they say, okay, go ahead, New York Post, redo the link, it won't even it won't do it. It won't do the original effect. In other words, in order for New York Post to actually get their Twitter account back, they have to delete the post, which millions and millions of people have seen already, and like they have it in their I don't know, in their phones or in their links. All they have to do is just click. So what happens that like it goes viral, literally viral, and people have it now. They don't they can't click it now. In order for New York Post to get their Twitter account, they have to delete this link and they have to put a new link, but it won't make the effect. I know, I've seen it with my account. Once you take off a link that goes viral, then you put a second link. It's not the same. Anyways, let's just hear a little bit.
Founded by Alexander Hamilton, and your position is that you can sit in Silicon Valley and demand of the media that you can tell them what stories they can publish, and you can tell the American people what reporting they can hear. Is that right?
No, this was every person, every account, every organization that signs up to Twitter agrees to a terms of service. Terms of service is
so public. Media outlets must genuflect and obey your dictates if they wish to be able to communicate with readers. Is that right?
No, not at all. We recognize an error in this policy, and specifically the enforcement.
You're still blocking their posts. You're still blocking their posts. Right now, today, you're blocking their posts.
We're not blocking the post. Anyone can tweet.
Can the New York Post post on their Twitter account?
If they go into their account.
No is your answer to that. No, unless they genuflect and agree with your dictates. Let me ask you something. You claimed it was because of a hacked materials policy. I find that facially highly dubious and clearly employed in a deeply partial way. Did Twitter block the distribution of the New York Times' story a few weeks ago that purported to be based on copies of President Trump's tax returns?
We didn't find that a violation of our terms of service and this policy in particular because it was reporting about the material. It wasn't distributing the material.
Okay, well, that's actually not true. They posted what they purported to be original source materials, and federal law, federal statute makes it a crime, a federal felony, to distribute someone's tax returns against their knowledge. So that material was based on something that was distributed in violation of federal law, and yet Twitter gleefully allowed people to circulate that. But when the article was critical of Joe Biden, Twitter engaged in rampant censorship and silencing.
And again, we recognized errors in that policy. We changed it within 24 hours. This is.
But you're still blocking the New York Post. You haven't changed it.
We have changed it. They can log into their account, delete the original tweet. There was
You forced a Politico reporter to take down his post about the New York Post as well. Is that correct?
within that 24-hour period, yes. But we, as the policy has changed, anyone can tweet
So
this article.
Twitter takes the view you can censor the New York Post, you can censor Politico, presumably you can censor the New York Times or any other media outlet. Mr. Dorsey, who the hell elected you and put you in charge of what the media are allowed to report and what the American people are allowed to hear? And why do you persist in behaving as a Democratic super PAC, silencing views to the contrary of your political beliefs?
Let's give Mr. Dorsey a few seconds to answer that, and then we'll have to conclude this segment.
Well, we're not doing that, and this is why I opened this hearing with calls for more transparency. We realize we need to earn trust more. We realize that more accountability is needed to show our intentions and to show the outcomes.
Thank you, Senator.
So I hear the concerns and acknowledge them, but we want to fix it with more transparency.
Thank you, Senator Cruz. The ranking.
Well, I don't know. Do you guys?
You claimed it was because of a hacked material.
Anyway, you guys believe this? Because I don't. It just so happens it's so close to the elections that now they want to be transparent and all. Look, we all know what's going on. We all know that Twitter is in the bag with don't have proof, but we know it's. You can tell just by their action that they couldn't even name one left wing that they censored. Not one. I think both Facebook and Twitter is what I've been reading this morning, this afternoon. Sorry about that. So, first of all, I mean, did he change? I mean, like, he has a huge beard. I mean, what the? Like, he looks, I don't know, he looks like Antifa stand. He looks like he's from Portland or something, like one of those. Anyways, I don't want to make fun of him, but he's, look, whatever, you can look whatever you want. But anyways, it's just different look. I mean, he had a huge beard. It's a little shocked to see that. But anyways, Ted Cruz really does a great job. And I really hope that, that they come down on Facebook and Twitter and take away their rights so that you can actually sue them and all, but now you can't. They can do whatever they want. It's just so close to the elections. It's really sad. It's really scary because you feel sometimes that you feel like you're in China. I mean, especially like my channel. I'm talking about my channel here. I'm not talking about, but I know a lot of conservatives or people on the right. I'm not talking about the KKK, these whack jobs. I'm talking about the conservatives, like Republicans, or even in the middle, independent. We had our voices, taken out, and I know I'm shadow banned. I've seen it. I've seen my channel, go from thousands and thousands of hits to a few hundreds. So it's just it's a war. It's the war, and they know it. So once Donald Trump wins the 2020 elections, that's it. They have to come down to Twitter and Facebook. Just change everything. Just literally change everything. Put some laws in there. They can't do this. Can't do the censoring. You're like in North Korea or Venezuela or Cuba. Might as well live there. I mean, you can't censor. I mean, it's like you're not allowed. This is your First Amendment. My name is Samuel Izurza for the SE Channel. Ted Cruz did a great job of nailing and grilling the CEO of Twitter, Mr. Dorsey.